In a toxic post-matchmaking apocalyptic world of ragers, smurfs, throwers, and bot teammates known as Faceit, one man has no friends and must grind solo queue until he reaches the elite rank of level 10.
Oh, the timing, bro. Banana.
Greetings, I, TheWarOwl, greets you, and welcome back to your second favorite internet show, SoloQ to Faceit level 10. For the past few months, I've been grinding out SoloQ matches on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/WarOwl, starting at level 6 and working my way up to level 9, where we are today. First game took me to Inferno and served as a sobering reminder of why we use the term NA-nade. This is unacceptable. If I keep seeing gameplay this sloppy at this high a level, I might have to return to making tutorial videos. Now, I'd say all the good players left to go play Valorant, but then I play Valorant and am immediately disproven.
Starting to feel like B's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah. Should we switch it up? I can go off there.
My teammates were having trouble holding B, so I switched positions and started opping it. Then the enemy team started playing a game of Avoid the Opper, and while I was able to click the button fast, I haven't learned whatever secret dark art Simple uses to be everywhere on the map all at once.
There he is.
Faceit Inferno is the most difficult site to retake in all of Counter-Strike, but notice how the enemy doesn't throw the moto smoke. This allows me to hold the angle and prevent enemies from being in pit or graveyard, making the retake much more doable. Man, I love opping. In SoloQ, I don't always get to op because I have to convince the 4 other guys that I'm the guy who needs to hold the big gun. But they've all seen my op tutorial and therefore banned me from using it. Stop, scope, flick, fire. This round is a great example of the perils of SoloQ. You can't expect a team of randos to have good coordination and map control, and yelling at them to do stuff is not gonna change anything. So what I like to do is to look for gaps and try to fill them. My noobdar Sixth Sense told me this guy was gonna charge through the smoke I had just thrown, so the best call was to follow him through and get the trade, so he didn't just die for nothing. Then I saw everyone going lane, and one flash could just end them, so I ran into apps to try to get an alternate angle.
Thank goodness I got the trades and I got the gap fill. I gotta really pay attention in solo queues, man.
And that's when the round in the intro happened. Now, because I'm old and can't just instantly one-tap everyone, I have to use my brain against these zoomers. I had intel from my teammates dying that one was construction and one was banana, and I had a very good idea of how long it would take each player to peek me. The goal in a scenario like this is to fight one enemy at a time. I moved from dark to pillar so that I could use it as an off angle for each possible entrance. If I stayed dark, they could simply trade into me or Molotov me or flash me out of there. I don't think it's a good idea to play that solo in a 1vx. As soon as player 3 through this pointless smoke, I knew where all 3 were, and we were off to the races. I then got lucky as this goofball walked out of my smoke, not sure what the idea was there. So I hid myself from construction, engaged, hid myself from banana, and immediately turned to trade for the next enemy who would peek me, got him, then immediately flicked over to banana because I knew the guy was gonna try to trade into me. It's like a gambler's fallacy where, oh, if we just keep trading, we're gonna get him eventually, right? This is why I love Counter-Strike. A minute and a half leading up to this moment, and the fight is over in less than 3 seconds, and I won because of the decisions that I made combined with mechanical skill. And you can't like get out a piece of paper, make a flowchart, and go through everything that you're supposed to do. This is something that you gain through experience of playing the game. You gotta be making these decisions without thinking about it. It just kinda happens.
There it is. GG. Oh my gosh, good game, guys. That was fun.
Second game of the day took us to Overpass, where we matched up against the guys we just queued with.
Are they good?
We almost got beat by like a level 4, so they leave a lot of gaps in their map control, though.
Okay, very good.
Let's pay attention to it.
And with some guys I played against before.
Hey, remember me? Maybe it was a few months ago, we played like 3 games straight and I kicked your ass all 3 times.
NA Counter-Strike isn't very populated, so you come across the same people a lot. If you act like an asshat, you're gonna get a reputation and people won't want to play with you.
I would be so mad.
I was just glad to not be playing Mirage or Inferno. The veto system in Faceit is completely broken. Rarely do you play anything else.
What is this transfer?
So how do you rank up to level 10 Faceit while solo queue? You can't rely on your better friends to carry you. It's your gameplay, your mindset, and your words that will lead you to a win or a loss.
Short A2. Side, evil side. Nice.
Go for it. 5 seconds. Get the play.
No!
Yikes, 1 second away.
Yeah, good try.
I sent that guy flying.
Once you get above 2,000 elo on Faceit, everyone there pretty much knows how to play the game. What separates which side wins and loses mostly comes down to how well the players work together. You're in a match with 9 other people in there. You can't control what those 9 other people do. There's an element of chaos at work, and if your opponents are good, that chaos is only bigger. The only thing you have control over is your own actions, your own words that you say into the mic. Why then would you ever be toxic? Toxic players, why are you doing this? Almost no one will be better at playing if you ruin their mood. Because I have pathetic life. Nothing ever works as I want it to. My parents hate me. Never had a girlfriend, and bullying people on the internet is only way for me to escape my miserable life and feel better for a few minutes. So what actions do you take to win? Develop good rapport with your teammates. Getting people to like you is actually really important in pretty much everything you do in life. Give good information. By calling properly, you can alleviate some of that chaos surrounding the game for your teammates. You are removing the fog of war through a few simple words. There's a lot going on. Not everyone is going to keep track of everything that happens on their radar. I can't tell you how many times I've won a round only because a good teammate called out an enemy position based on information that they had earlier in the round. Finally, and I think this advice is really important if you're lower elo, you have good mechanics, and you just can't figure out why you don't rank up and everyone's just so toxic. Shut your damn mouth unless you have something useful to say. Bad calls ruin rounds and make people very mad. Constantly talking after death or carrying on a conversation during the mid-game when people are trying to focus on angles not only hurts your team, but annoys your teammates. Listen, my job is to talk a bunch and entertain people. I have so much trouble with this one. I am a naturally annoying person, which is why I'm so good at YouTube. But from the countless matches that I've played, when I shut my damn mouth and I let other players play their game, I've had much better results. Now, being WarOwl is like hard mode, because people see it, they say, oh look, it's WarOwl, let's troll him because it's funny. Lastly on this topic, you can't control who you get as teammates. You press the button, you get a few random guys. You need to learn how to work with anyone, and this is going to go for everyone in life. Some people are going to be mavericks and just not listen to anything your team say, get mad about it, and you're going to play worse. Find a way to fill the holes that these dumbasses leave in their wake. Play around them.
Give it to him. Nah.
GG, guys.
GG, thanks for a game.
Thanks for the carry, Blue.
Our CT was so good, like holy crap.
I never talk about knife rounds, and face it, the knife round determines which side you start. The meta for single target full HP is left, left, right, but if there's multiple opponents, it's better to try and get a right click and fall back. The actual fastest way to kill an enemy is the backstab, one right click from behind and die. So I always try and break the enemy's lines and flank. Knife round is like 2 ancient armies meeting on the battlefield using like a phalanx formation or whatever. It reminds me, I wish the game WarOwl caught on because it was absolutely fantastic.
Hey!
Just win it
The
myself.
AFK saves us, oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
And then there's pistol round, my favorite round, because it's all about how good you are at clicking on the other guy before he clicks on you. Remember all that game sense and mindset stuff? Nah, you just gotta go click on him.
There's still bathrooms, they're still chilling.
One's minus 54. Crossfire fire.
I think he has bomb now. Let's go.
If he's picking it, let's go.
Game 3 took us back to Overpass, and we matched up against the guy who said that
And I kicked your ass all 3 times.
I was on a 4-game winning streak, and based on my elo, I needed to win 4 more games in a row to finally rank up to Faceit level 10. Normally I don't op on Overpass, I like to play Anchor B, but our team was missing the role, so I had to fill.
I'll try.
One outside monster.
It's workable.
Nice shot, nice shot.
You scared the shit
I
out of me.
saved your ass, dude.
Dude, I know you scared the shit out of me, bro.
Pro tip: if your teammate is low on health, trade them the op. With a rifle, you end up trading damage with the other guy, but with an op, it's all or nothing. You either hit them or you whiff and die. Pro tip over.
Yeah, they're committing to B. Short.
Dead one.
You're so good.
Good hold.
You wouldn't say that if you saw it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I just wanted to hype you up,
I
bro.
wasn't impressed, alright?
Here, we can trade back, we can trade back.
Planting?
I'm fucking sight. One's late con.
Planter dead. He's in
Jail.
Short?
Could probably defuse it and scope.
Nice shot.
Short.
Defuse it. Take it.
Alright, blood.
Nice.
Nice.
You
You
got
have it, nice job.
I don't want to
Dude,
touch
you're
it
f***ing
right
simple.
now.
Alright,
I mean-
alright, guys.
Yeah, I'm simple, guys. I'm gonna get a graffiti here for the play. They're gonna get rid of this for Olaf and put me there.
Olaf from Frozen's the only Olaf I know.
Way too many kids.
Ooh, guys, I'm not simple. Guys, I'm not simple.
Our team had a great start thanks to big plays from everybody. But it does hurt my soul to see all that critical utility rolling on the ground that could have been used in the execute. I was hitting some nutty shots, but Felix G
Oh, what?
was a problem.
I didn't even see him, dude.
Where our guys were working well together, the other team was getting carried by one guy. Now it was my turn to play Avoid the Opper. The best way to beat a carried team is to ignore the ringer and just exploit the weaknesses of the other players.
That sucks.
I've been streaming Counter-Strike for about 3 hours now, and my endurance was waning. If you have to call the hospital for an erection lasting longer than 3 hours, then I assume the same thing is true for maintaining high-level Counter-Strike skill.
Barrels.
My aim, dude. My aim. Oh my gosh. Oh, this guy should have swung there.
Maybe I should be. Maybe I should.
My aim, guys.
Too close, too close. One more. Water.
As long as you have 10
Con
computers that
off.
are dedicated. One short. Wait.
Opper short, brother.
On the critical match point, we fell off L plus ratio, and the enemy team pushed the game into overtime, and I still was not performing.
Classic sight.
Barrel.
Dude,
I can't, man.
I didn't have my aim to close it out, but I did have teamwork. On the final 2 rounds, the enemy team performed A executes, requiring me and another B anchor to retake.
I think that's
Okay, Opper.
Stay. Nice.
Nice. Defuse that shit.
good
We
boost.
still in?
don't worry, it's just anti.
Yes, I got it. Nice.
Nice.
GG.
Good game.
GG's
Oh my
blue.
gosh, good game, guys. That was a stressful one.
WarOwl, I love you.
I love you too. We did it, guys. The hat trick, 3 in a row. What a day, man. I had such a good day at Counter-Strike.
3 for 3, I was now 3 wins away from ranking up to SoloQ Faceit level 10. Thank you folks very much for watching. I'm TheWarOwl, and I still have no closer.